Good evening, everyone. It's Jazz from the West Ham Minds channel. I've got two guests with me today to look at yesterday's game. Results there. Sevilla 1, West Ham 0. First of all, it's a nice welcome for Mike. Mike, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. Yeah, not too bad at all, thanks.
So it looks like both of you, like me, didn't go to Spain. So...
No. I wish I had done. I had done. I really do.
Was there a fair chance or not?
No, not really, to be totally honest.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfectly. Surround sound, mate. Thanks for popping back in. I know you're going to shoot off, 20 minutes, so we'll try to do as much as we can. So, yeah, just welcoming Mike back to the channel. And, yeah, Mike, like me, we weren't lucky enough to go out there. And I suppose, Ian, did you have any chance of getting any tickets or going, mate?
No. In fairness, I looked at it, but I've been working till like 1 o'clock every night this week, so there was no chance that was going to happen.
Yeah, and I think one or two of our friends, I think Frankie's definitely went a couple of days before, and one other friend of the channel wanted to go, but it was going to be, if it did happen, it was going to be with someone else's name, the ticket, and I heard that they were going to check something when you landed. I don't know if anyone else knows more about that you go with someone else's name on the ticket, and then if it doesn't match your passport, your ID before the West Ham steward gives you the ticket. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
The dodgy game to be playing, travelling all the way out there on a whim of possibly not being able to get in.
No, that'd be a massive problem, wouldn't it? You go all the way out there and then they don't let you in. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but then some of the faces I've seen out there, I can't believe they've all got tickets in their own names. I can't believe that either.
No,
yeah, probably not.
So I don't know, mate. But anyway, it's there. Sevilla 1, West Ham 0. Yeah, I mean it was a 4-3-3 system, but if I just show it quickly, it's our squad, mate. We kind of know the 11 every game, don't we? Really, yeah. unless they're injured. So there's not much we can sort of hoo-ha with and say like who could have played and maybe who couldn't really. So yeah, Bowen was the one, wasn't it? Bowen wasn't quite playing, and we all know why. And hopefully he's back for the second game. Really,
yeah.
I was expecting Mike a 3 centre backs and a wing back system.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been totally shocked, but no, I think because the way they play as well.
Yeah,
that's why we stuck with a back four. And to be fair, the back four were good. I thought they were good. You know. Zuma made that mistake, but it won the decent. Fornell's made a couple of little mistakes, didn't he? And that was one of them. He shouldn't have tried to pass that one to Zuma, and he had the lunge in and the free kick, and look what happens from the free kick.
I think so. It was a good setup, similarly like Liverpool. We looked well organised, disciplined, kept our shape. So, yeah, can't complain about that. Would you have changed anything, Mike, in terms of the personnel into those 4-3-3 slots?
No, but, I mean, the one change could have been Ben Rama starting. But yeah. That's the only one, really. That's the only change you could make on that. And, yeah, he didn't, would have Ben Rama scored the goal that Vlasic
Oh, mate. Oh, don't even get me about that. We'll come to that in a minute. James, happy with the formation, mate? Or any changing personnel in that?
I'm pretty happy with that team for what it is. Johnson's now starting right back from now on, in my opinion. He's done a solid job there. Yeah. Vlasic, he's one player that we're mixing and matching a lot. And having him as either a winger or as an attacking midfielder just depends.
Yeah.
I think it's still a work in progress, but either way, I see something in Vlasic that, other people have been. I see something in Vlasic that I do like. And I go as far to say I see a bit of Eden Hazard in him, in a way, because of his energy and his dribbling. But he needs to work on his work off the ball, because off the ball he doesn't do too much. I actually agree. I wouldn't put Ben Rama in there because he's like, it goes from like Toby Carvey to standard Oxo. It's different gravy. So man's different when he's in this Europa League. It's just different gravy. I thought Ben Rama came on. He was one of our better players. So, you know what? And he had a brace against Genk. He scored against Rapid Vienna. He should be starting in the Europa, in my opinion.
Before I move on to Ian, James, do you feel Vlasic shows any signs of no confidence? Or you think he's all right?
No, I don't think he shows signs of no confidence.
Okay.
Because he was good in the game. He was just unlucky. He should have hit that rather than head it, but he was good.
Good. Ian, formation, personnel, anything different for you, mate?
Do you know what? I would have liked to have seen Vlasic play centrally and Antonio out wide, and I would have wanted Benrahma to start. I think we've seen spates of moments that Vlasic has shown some quality, but he's been playing out of position. If you look at his whole career, he's always played through the middle as either sort of a false nine or an attacking midfielder. Let him play where he knows how to play. Antonio knows how to play on the wing. Vlasic knows how to play sort of that role. Why not let them play in their natural positions and maybe get a tune out of them while Bowen's out injured?
I think, to be fair, Tony was on the wing a lot of the times, wasn't he? And then Vlasic was kind of in the middle, especially for that chance, which we'll talk about a bit later on. Welcome, Mike. How are you doing?
Hello,
Mike.
mate. Hello, everyone. How are you all? You good?
Yeah,
not
well,
too bad. Yeah, I hope you're all right, mate. We were just talking about the formation and the players. Would you change anything with that, Mike? Or did you like everything was set up?
To be honest with you, it's difficult to say because hindsight's a wonderful, wonderful thing, isn't it? So it's easy to say, oh, yeah, I would have done X, Y, and Z. I had no idea that Rocking Pablo would have such a poor game. You know what I mean? But on paper, when it started, it looked like the right team. I think the issue we had really as a team was we knew their fullbacks were going to push right up. I didn't realise how good those fullbacks would be. I thought their fullbacks were excellent. But given that, we played the right wide players because they're very good at tracking back with said fullbacks. You know what I mean? So it made it the right team on paper. The way the game played out, it wasn't though. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, like, when you see it before the game starts, it is the right thing. But as it turned out, it probably wasn't. So it's very easy for us to go, now we should have done something different. But I probably would have picked that starting lineup, and I would have been wrong. There you go. What do I know? Do you know what I mean? Because it was slightly wrong for many of the reasons you've been saying in this show so far.
Definitely. My catcher, Vlasic's chance after 11 minutes. Mate, were you like me? Couldn't believe it? Or it's kind of thing what we've been doing last couple of games, isn't it? Especially since the window shut.
It's what we've been doing in the last 3 or 4 games. We've been missing too many chances, and against a team like that, you're not going to get many chances, and that had to be put away. It really did.
He did.
But he's a bloke void of confidence. He's just like Benrahma, really. I think Vlasic and Benrahma need an arm around them.
Yeah,
they're both
that's what
that sort of player.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not. I can't see Moyes doing that though. You can see body language when they make a mistake on the sideline. They're both that sort of player. They just need a bit of confidence and they need an arm around them, and they're not getting that. And that's why I don't think we're getting the best out of them. Honestly, I do.
Yeah,
I think it's that it could be that easy, but to get the confidence, you got to start scoring some goals, or you got to be doing something good, haven't you? And then neither of them are consistently doing that, I'm afraid. But he's got to put that away in my mind.
Yeah. I think James Mike is right, where sometimes even Benrahma looks like he's carrying all the world's weight on his shoulders. But before we get there with man management issues with the more skillful sort of players we've got in the squad, where perhaps David Moyes struggles a bit, but the chance, James, should have been put away, mate.
Yeah, it should have. I mean, it's a point blank range header, and there's a lot of space. And I said this in my aftermath video. There's a lot of space in the top right corner for him to smack that. A lot of space for him to that. And Antonio fumbles it. And I'm probably going to get hung, drawn, and quoted for saying it. But if we had like a proper striker or an alternative player, someone could have buried that. Easily buried that from that close range instead of fumbling it. And it's a chance that it's on that chances like that. You know, we tested the goalkeeper a few times. Antonio actually bullied them for a little bit. That first half, we
He
did
was
actually,
alright. He was alright.
yeah, we gave them a real run for the money, really. But we had the
Do
clear
you know
offensive,
what?
wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? We do absolutely everything's brilliant. Okay, at the back. As soon as we get into the penalty area, it's like the players, like the fans, think, "Shit, we got no striker. What are we going to do now?" You got no one to give it to. No one's making those striker runs. No one's putting them away. And even Vlasic, perhaps Ian, he could have kicked it in, couldn't he? Instead of trying to head it,
he could have hit it with any part of his body, and it should have got in. But James, I'm going to say I think you're unreasonable for that extreme view that a football club needs a striker. It's just unreasonable behaviour.
I said I'd get 100 and quarter for it.
I think it's just common sense, mate.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for the
no,
goal to
I
sit down.
think it's one of those. If he'd been in decent form, he would have buried that every day of the week. I do think Mike hit now on the head. It's just that sort of void of confidence. If he'd put it away, I imagine the next few games he'd probably find the back of the net again. But it's just that seems to be our rubber the green at the minute. We can have it on a plate and we still miss. So
yeah. Mike Monero, what do you think of the chance? Were you jumping up and down on your sofa, saying a few things, or?
Of course I was, like we all were. I mean, that should have been 1-0. I mean, we had a few chances in that game. And as the other Mike, the handsome Mike, we'll call him, has been...
the old Mike, you can call me.
Yeah, because I'm like...
There you go, Mr. Hatcher.
But the thing is, like... we're a team who are a little bit out of form on the goal scoring front. And I think it's very easy to go, on the creative side, David Moyes isn't doing it. Well, actually, he has been, because earlier this season, we were destroying teams. A lot of last season, we were quite happy, really ripping up some teams. I think the paucity, and not many people get to use the word paucity in their football, but the paucity of the squad goes to show how thin the squad is, because without an injury to a certain Mr. Jared Bowen, he would have been there, not Vlasic, and we all know that's in because he's in great form. Yeah, if he's there, that's in. As for Antonio swinging at thin air, you got to laugh, haven't you? Really, because otherwise you cry, and no one wants to see grown men crying on a Friday night. I think it is typical of the last few games. I mean, we really should have got something out of that Liverpool game, at least a draw. I'm more angry about that than I am last night, because I thought they were better than us in general, even though not by much. It was a fine margin, but I did think they were a better team, or they played better as a unit than we did in general. And you're right, a lot of you have already brought up, as I was listening earlier, many good points about it. Antonio did bully them. I thought Antonio in the first half, especially because we were playing the kind of balls to him which allowed him to swivel and run onto them and give them their defence a torrid time. I think that, I think we were playing to our strengths a bit more. The second half, we didn't play to those strengths as well, I didn't think. But hey, we had a number of chances to score. And you're right, Mike, again, you don't get that many chances in this kind of game. You just don't get them. They didn't get that many chances either. If you think about it, probably the same amount of chances as us, of really good ones, and they put one in and we didn't. We lose 1-0. We got to rectify this, because, we are going to just be losing. It's not like we're getting turned over here, is it? I mean, we went to Anfield and lost 1-0. I remember a couple of seasons ago, we would have said that was the result. And we would have done.
Definitely, mate.
Come on, we would have been looking at goal difference in a relegation fight. This is only 2 seasons ago. We're all disappointed about that now, aren't we? Because we know we had the chances to get something out of that. And
we've become massive now, Mike.
What?
We're massive. We're massive now. That's why we
in the house and results. Other things young people say. I don't really know much about it, and it's a bit inappropriate. But it's like that's what. But that's what I'm saying. We're not in that relegation scrap anymore. And I think we've already been Liverpool once, and it's just a bit galling that we're not quite on it in the same way as we were. We're not a million miles off though. It's not like, oh, we're getting stuffed by everyone. It's like, yeah. I mean, we just didn't. Going back to the original point, I was off the seat. It was a well worked routine, wasn't it? That we did it again from a corner as well. That back post with Declan Rice not going for goal, but heading an accurate header back down to a player in the box was clearly a well worked routine, and Rice fulfilled his part perfectly. I bet he thought when that ball left his forehead and he could see Vlasic moving in, I think he thought, this is in. We all thought, this is in, as he dived to meet it. But unfortunately, he was straight at the keeper. And that's form. It really is. Bowen would have put that in. Guarantee it. Similar size, stature, he would have been there. He would have put that in because of the form he's in.
Well, you never know with Bowen, but I think he would have. But Ian, I mean, Sevilla, yeah, they had a bit more of the ball than us and more comfortable home surroundings, and we'll see how that goes. But did you expect a bit more from Sevilla? I thought they would have taken a bit more than they did. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I think Mike summed it up quite well there. He's actually, although we're not scoring goals, we're still playing reasonably well. We're reasonably solid. And I think the reverse fixture, the crowd will be the difference. It's a sellout game. They've got to come to us. It's going to be noisy because it's an exciting night, and that's what I think could pip it for us. I think we're going to get something out of that game. I've just got that gut feeling that we might go to it. There's no extra time there. Go straight to penalties, isn't it? There's no away goals. So
I'm not sure about extra time, but certainly there's no away
goals. I think extra time is still there. It's the away goal rule.
Oh, okay. It's just the away goal. So even if we can get a 1-0 at home, I think if we can get to extra time and penalties, we'll nick it on that. But you do expect for the most decorated team in Europa League history for them to be a bit more of a proficient outfit, but I'll take a 1-0 away.
But if you've watched them in previous games in over the seasons when they've won in Europe, that's how they've done it.
Oh yeah,
they will edge teams over. Oh, they just do it. They just do it. You know, they just do enough. That's kind of how they do it. That's how they succeed. They're not a team that are going to go and annihilate someone 4 or 5-0. They will just do it, but they just do it every time. You know, that's red on death threat to coin a phrase. You can tell I've been drinking the red wine, can't you? Jesus.
But yeah, no, I think we'll have enough about us on the return leg to get something out of that game at least, and then
it's only 1-0.
We'll progress. Yeah, exactly. And then say you come away from that going, okay, it was an away game. It was a big occasion as well. 1-0's not too terrible. But on that note, I have got to shoot off. So enjoy the rest of the night, guys.
You take care.
I'll see you later on.
Yeah, nice seeing you again, man. Take care.
Take care. Have a good one. James, are you like me, where when we are going through on goal, I don't jump off my chair. I don't expect us to score. It's really bad, but I just don't have confidence in front of the goal. I don't know if you're like that as well. I don't know.
Not at this moment in time. I'm not, because we still have a lot of chances. And I was quite some identical things about this Liverpool game. One notable thing was the Lanzini chances. Like, there's no one else you would want more than him in a box in a 1-on-1 to score, really, at this moment in time. And he's either been blocked or he's skied it. I can't believe it, really. But, you know, going forward, we have all the build-up work, but we have no end product anymore. We have nothing connect on the end of balls. You know what I'm saying? We have no nobody getting on the end of a ball. Antonio's been off since the new year. You know, we don't have anybody who's really clinical in front of goal. There's a proven, I shouldn't say that. No one who's really like a proper proven goal scorer at this moment in time. We get goals from, I don't care who scores the goals, but we find every way not to score. So it's very worrying.
Yeah, I think so. Mike Catcher, are you again?
Yeah,
confidence as a fan is down, isn't it?
We haven't got like a Chicharito. Do you know what I mean? A fox in the box sort of natural goal scorer, have we? I mean, I know Antonio's goals all come from inside the box, but he's not that natural finisher like that. But we've scored goals from midfield. I mean, Souček was a little bit unlucky. He struck that one well. You know, again, a confidence thing. You know, maybe he's not going right for the corner because he's scared to miss. That's the problem. I think that's what happened with the Vlasic chance. He should have been going for the corner a bit more, and he's thinking, oh God, I can't miss the target here. Hit the target, and that's not good enough. He had a big. I think James said it was a big gaping hole up in the top corner, right-hand corner, which he should have hit really. But we've gone through that, haven't we? That was a confidence thing. But I'm not confident when we get in front of goal. But hey, I think I'm not worried about Thursday night. I think we can overturn this. But we're gonna need Gerard Bowen back fit. We're gonna need someone like Rice to step into the box and have a shot. We're gonna need Antonio to, step it up a little bit, and we're gonna need the crowd.
Yeah, an early goal would be.
Is going to be huge.
Yeah. I think. Can I just add on to what you're saying, Mike? A lot of people go, well, Antonio has a really shaped Dutch for the striker and blah, blah, blah. The thing about Antonio is he pulls wide all the time. That is clearly his instruction as well.
Yeah.
He's clearly instructed to do it because he wouldn't be still doing it, would he? If he wasn't.
I think he's improved in the last couple of games, Mike. I think he has. I think he did okay against Liverpool.
The thing is,
last night.
If he's pulling wide, then he's not going to be the one to put a lot of those chances into the net.
No, true.
If you look, when we've been at our best, we've had someone who does arrive in that penalty area late and will put the ball away. Last season, Souček was doing it well. And also, of course, we had Lingard. That's why Lingard scored so many goals. Because not only when Antonio pulls wide, he pulls the defenders with him.
And he opens
the gap up. They normally follow him. Yeah. You will find at least one of the centre-halves will go with him at least part of the way. Suddenly you've got space there. It's a tactic. Which Antonio is good at playing. The problem is the only player we've got who's actually good at putting that ball in from those situations at the moment is Bowen, who was injured. That's why I think it made a big difference to him not us not having him. I hope he'll be back on Thursday. I really don't care. It's not there for the Villa game. I think Thursday's way more important. I don't know what you guys think about that. But if he's partially fit for the Villa game, I think don't play him. Play him for, anyway. And I think, and that is the thing that we really lack. It isn't so much that we need a striker, though there is an argument for that as well. Because let's face it, if we had another striker doing that part as well, and Antonio was running into the box, I'd be happy with that as well. But I'm getting a, well, no, there is an argument for striker, but just. What I'm saying is, with players we've got at the moment, we really need someone more clinical to be that person. And I thought, like you were just saying, Mike, really well put, Lanzini was going to be that player. If it's going to fall to anyone, you want it to be him. I thought he was unlucky with that.
He was a man block. We all wanted there, wouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, that block from Navas was really that was a hell of a block. The guy put his body on the line for that. Because that was him. That was going to that bottom corner. See. Yeah. And the miss on Liverpool was unforgivable.
Oh, mate.
Because you were like, when that happened, I was like, this is it's Lanzini. He's good at this, and he'd done the hard part. Yeah, he found the space in a crowded area. Yeah. But one thing I'm going to say that's positive, can I be positive for a moment?
Go on.
Is we've quite struggled to break down teams that have defended in depth, that have defended deep before, because we were playing a very counter-attack, very direct style. I've noticed we're much better retaining the ball and passing it around and finding those gaps and then moving in. We're not putting the ball away. I agree totally. No. But we are creating the opportunities against compact defences, which we weren't doing last season. I thought last season one of our main issues was playing against defences which is sitting deep. Anyone who pushes up, we had them on toast. Yeah. See Leicester, Wolves, etc. Anyway, they were just been up. But we really do need someone or two or three players really to put away those kind of chances when they come up, and because we are beginning to break teams down now, which I'm pleased with, which is a good thing.
I think James, I agree with Mike. We do create a lot, and I'm just thinking if we had a half decent striker up there, God, he's going to get so many chances. Bowen, we know he scores a lot, but we see so many chances hit the bar, hit the post. They go a few inch here and there. So Mike's right. We do create a lot, and The only worry for me recently has been we're known as a set piece team, but I think some of our corners have not been quite at it in the last two, 3 games. Not quite beating the first man and things like that. And hopefully we get that back again and we can score. And Souček, I'm so happy for him. Since we had that funny trial show, he's been back to his normal best, isn't he? He's in there now. You know.
Well, he knew after I defended him so well, we better get off his ass and start playing again.
Yeah. I mean, going back to this
By the
game,
way,
I mean,
can I ask a question, right? You know that game against Seville, right? I noticed when we were taking corners, there wasn't any room. Did you notice how close? It was like a Subbuteo pitch. Like that close. The hoardings were to the pitch. It was like there wasn't any space for the teams to do a run. I wonder if that affected us. I don't know.
Just a bit like Upton Park back in the days.
Terrible.
Yeah, like
you're right,
Upton Park, wasn't it?
The delivery was pretty poor from set pieces.
I mean, one corner Creswell went out because he took a left-footed corner, you know, on the left-hand side and bent it out. I mean, what a waste, you know. You want a right-footed player bending it in there. You know, you can't afford to kick a corner straight out. I was shocked at that, actually, because his delivery is very good normally.
Longer the game goes on after half-time, though, we're all looking at the bench. There's nothing there. Then we're all, we kind of get down in the dumps a bit. I suppose the players sometimes looking around thinking they need a bit of help. And Bowen is so funny. The only rest he's ever going to get is after getting an injury, wasn't he?
Sevilla's got depth.
He's running. Martial came on and
also the guy, the guy that around this time last year everybody was saying his name when someone sneezed. Jesus Corona. Yeah. So he came on. I actually would have gone for Corona in an early window because I think he's class. Sevilla's got a lot. Their depth's mental. They got Enesri, Mia.
Also,
Martial.
don't forget Sevilla had a load of injuries. Sevilla were missing 4 or 5 of their first team
for
injury before we even started the game. So you're absolutely bang on. Their depth is showing. We had 2 players we could realistically bring on, and one of them was Masuaku. So don't really know if I'm counting him.
Sevilla game. How would you set up them, everyone? Like in terms of formations for that one?
To be honest, I wouldn't change too much. I'd just bring Bowen in. Honestly, from that team,
would you swap 4-0 for Benrahma maybe because we need a goal?
4-0 at an off game. 4-0 I was disappointed in because he started the game fairly well and he always puts himself about. We know that he's always going to run his socks off, but he just give away too many poor sloppy passes and put us in trouble. Yeah, he did. Unlike
Drank
him,
his
really.
stroller.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed in him. I thought we was going to get a little bit more, you know, quality out of him, and he didn't on the night. He's just giving away too many balls. But the plus was Benrahma come on, and he's been good in Europe this year. He's been really good.
He has actually, yeah.
Yeah, but then the thing is, though, if we got Bowen, then we still got Benrahma to bring on because this game's going to be tight. I've looked at Seville's. I've looked at their last 6-7 results. They've not scored no more than 1 or 2 goals. They win 1-0, they draw 1-1, they draw 0-0. You know, they don't score many goals, and they're not great away from home.
Yeah, not that good, are
they? Their away form, especially in the Europa League, it's not great. So that gives me a bit of hope as well.
I think so. James, your West Ham shirt. How long did it take for delivery from order?
My dad got it, so I don't really know. He ordered it somewhere in northern rural BC, and it came a few weeks later.
Good.
James, how long did it take you to shrink the sleeves down specifically to make your biceps look that big?
It came like this. I don't know. I absolutely don't know.
Oh, mate. So, yeah, Villa coming up on the Sunday, 2 o'clock kickoff. I'll be there. Mike, you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there, mate. Yeah.
And then you going to the Sevilla second leg, Mike?
No, I can't make that one, I'm afraid. I'm gutted about that. I'm just pray we win because I'm going to try I'll obviously go to the home, you know, one in the next round. But, I mean, yeah, I'd love to go away. I really would.
Real.
Again,
Yeah.
my catcher. Who's your man of the match, mate? Because the second half, mate, not much happened. Again, we try to
For
contain
me,
him. Yeah.
I thought our best player was Ben Johnson. Defensively, and that was a night where we had to be. I mean, a couple of times Dawson would have been caught for pace. He nipped in. He just nodded it back to the keeper. I mean, he was up against a really good player as well, and he shut him down so many times. Okay, we all know he's just missing that little bit from his deliveries into the box and his passing ability. But I think defensively he was 100%.
A lot was certainly happening down his side, and all
Yeah.
he needs again is an arm around him and give him a run of 5, 6, 7 games on the right side, isn't it? And then
what I can say about that is Campos ended up having to switch wings because he couldn't get past Johnson.
Yep.
That's your evidence.
Yeah. James, man of the match for you, mate?
For me, Ben Johnson. Thought he was very impressive. Both our fullbacks are pretty impressive. Even Cresswell, calm as you like, claps when he gets the ball to him. I knew that I'd get memed because he just doesn't give a shit. But no, Johnson was absolutely class. Even from the first minute, he was always first to every ball. He was locking down a Campos and made him turn into an Argentine Matt Jarvis. then in the second half, Campos had to go another way. I thought when Campos, to be fair to him, when he went on the other side, he did well. And he's mates with Manuel Lanzini, bear in mind.
Yeah.
So, I thought Johnson was excellent. He's got to be starting right back from now on. Sofal's not done it for me this season. Johnson's younger. He's got more years left in the tank. He's got a brighter future. And, he's proven himself.
But if Kafal was fit, then I think David Moyes would have picked Kafal again, being one of his favourites. I don't know. That's been an issue.
There's favouritism in this team.
It's getting silly, isn't it? Mike, naughty Mike, man of the match for you?
Well, I'm going to be boring, but by far our best player was Ben Johnson. I mean, he just was. And I thought it was an assured performance by him. I actually thought his passing, I mean, you've already said it, James, really, with the whole thing with that crossfield pass. And Cresswell gave him an applause for it. And that was the only ball he had on. And that's a brave pass for a young player to pick. And he executed it brilliantly, and he had the balls to do it. I thought he was good. I actually thought he was good marauding forward as well. Admittedly, his crossing could do with varying its ways to the back post, and we often didn't actually have anyone at the back post. So, but I think he will get a good run in the team. He's by far, I've said this before on this channel, the best right back we've got in the squad, out of a number of half decent ones as well. And I think that earlier in the season, he got a good run, didn't he? Even though Kufau became fit again. When Kufau was injured, he kept Ben Johnson in when Kufau returned earlier in the season. He did do that, Moyes did. And then Ben Johnson got injured. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He got a muscle injury. He was out for a couple of weeks, and that was it. Kufau was back in and stayed in. But I think it should be his shirt to lose, so to speak, that fullback berth, because it was great. It's great to have him and Rice and on the pitch, and we've got a tradition for it at our club, and we're all very proud of that. I know you will feel the same way. So to be playing in the last 16 of the Europa League with two of our own in that team, I think is a great testament to that youth production thing. And we've got Harrison Ashby, who everyone at the club rates highly, and I've seen play once or twice and looks pretty mustard to me, especially as an attacking fullback. And I'd like to see him developed as well. I think that's why we can allow Fredericks to go, because you've already got another fullback coming through as well. And I could well see those two being our main fullbacks for a number of years, and I really hope that is the case. But man of the match, back on topic, Ben Johnson. I thought he had an exceptional game. I thought there were some other good performances. Rice was good. Both the central Dawson was caught for pace, but did the Dawson things he does as Dawson pretty well. And so did Zuma, who went off the ball horribly when he was booked. He looked scared when he was booked, didn't he? And scared to make a tackle, but he was good before them. And Ariola didn't make any mistakes or anything. I think, Desamba Lanzini gave the ball away a bit too much for me, and I thought Pablo had a very poor game by his standards. Antonio did well, though. He did Antonio what Antonio does, and he did it reasonably well. So
Yeah.
for
I think with the
Johnson,
first,
yeah,
did all
for
right.
me.
Talking about bookings, I think the Rice booking was a really bad decision by the referee. He didn't even do anything. He just tried to pick that El Nesri up, wasn't it, from the floor? That's all he did, and then he got booked for it. And then the other guy came in charging at him. Really, James, the worst man of the
But
match.
the other guy, whose name I've forgotten, was a really good player, and that booking's got him suspended.
Yeah.
El Hadidi.
I'm going to say that.
Ocampus or something. Ocampus. Don't know what his name
Ocampus,
is.
yeah.
And he was good. He was good right the way through that game, and now he's
Yeah.
suspended because of that booking. So he's actually done well. Well done, Declan.
Yeah.
Genius.
James, worst man of the match, mate, on the pitch, West Ham for you?
There's a couple. Souček, I thought, gave the ball away a lot. Had a stinker of a second half. Lanzini gave the ball away too many times in the second half as well. Lanzini was good in the first half. Yeah, he did. He gave the ball away, committed a stupid foul at one point. Fornals didn't have the best of games. And the thing is, he was playing in his own country as well, so I thought he'd feel a little bit more incentive. Didn't. Yeah, I think it's between Souček, Lanzini, and Fornals because they all had real stinkers. It wasn't the fact that what they were doing off the ball that was bad, but it's when they had what on the ball. They made stupid decisions with the passing. They made stupid decisions overall, basically. And I'm surprised Souček lasted that long. I would have put Noble in the Souček role myself. But, you know, that was the manager's choice. Vlasic coming off was a bit of a shocker, but when Ben Rama came on, you know, he improved us a lot. So there's a lot of things about what could have been, but I think that the wrong players came off at some of the time. Lanzini should have come off earlier. His passing was poor. Fornals, we keep trying and trial and error on him. Don't know where exactly his best position is still. And it's our midfield needs to work out what to do because we've got to pass the ball better. We can't afford to lose the ball. Our ball retention's got to be better, and it's the same people letting us down.
What about Masuaku coming on after 91 minutes? What was all that about?
I didn't even care about that.
Appearance money.
We're trying to get that equaliser, and I don't know, mate. That's a weird one for me. My catcher, worst man of the match.
Well, for me, and I like Fornals, I do, but for me, he was poor. He just gave the ball away too many times when we were in good positions, and he could have played a nice little ball in, and he gave it away, and then he gave that ball to Zuma. I mean, that was a hospital pass. Zuma then committed the foul. They scored a goal from it. So I'm afraid Pablo, he's one of my favourites, but no, for me, he's had the worst game out of everyone. There was people that weren't quite on it. I see what James is saying about Lanzini and Souček, but I don't think they were as bad as Fornals. I mean, Lanzini.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you later, buddy.
See you, mate.
Yeah, I think Lanzini did give it away a couple of times, and he made a foul when he gave it away a couple of times, and was one near the end there, which could have got us in a deep pile of it. But he did win the ball back a few times as well, which he seems to be doing now. He's worked back. He's worked back in one tackle and won the ball back, and he's brave on the ball, and he's got to be, because if we're going to try and keep passing at our defence, you need that link-up man to get that ball, to give you that bit of space, and then get you out of there. That's the only way. And I can't knock the way we're playing is great. We are trying to play it out of the back. When we can, Dawson launches it, or whoever, Creswell, whoever. We don't get ourselves in a lot of trouble playing out of the back.
Yeah. Naughty Mike, I wanted to ask you your predictions for the Sevilla game, mate.
Are you going to ask me who the worst game player was?
Yeah. Start off with that.
Don't bother, actually, because can I just say ditto to what he just said? the handsome Mike said, because he's nailed it for me. I think Fornals, for Mike, just nailed it really, just because we expect so much more from him. Yeah. I think that's the reason that we were disappointed. Sorry, Jazz, you asked me then. Formation. I've got a question for you guys then, because it's at the back of my mind. I'd like to get your opinion. If it was me, And if you want, we could do a slightly jury-like, and I will say why, and you can argue the point. I would start with Noble on Thursday because we played more of a 4-3-3 than a 4-2-3-1. I
Yeah,
thought a lot of the
did.
game. I
It
think
was 4-3-3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I would be really inclined to put Noble into that midfield, and I would. It depends if Bowen's fit, what formation I'd play mine. Having said that, yeah, because I think he makes a really big difference. But I would like to see him because I thought he actually played really well when he came on. I know it's only
Yeah, he
for the last stage of the game, but
Yeah.
and I understand his legs are gone. He can't cover the ground like he used to. But for someone to be that almost that quarterback role, and just pass the ball out and get counter attacks going, or to play passes into slightly longer passes, not over the top or anything, but just out wide. He's good at switching play as well. He's really good at switching play. A lot of the time, that's where we get room is by having to set down one side, then switching the play. We've got fullbacks who can cover the ground. I mean, Creswell, I know he's 32, but pardon me, he covers the ground. Don't know what's happened. Dying. He covers the ground like a teenager, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He goes up and down that wing, and Johnson obviously has got a lot of legs on him still. We've got a lot of players who can get out there and take up that space. So I just think, what do you guys think? Am I being mental here?
Not being mental, Mike. I think Noble's been quality in the last 2 games he's come on, but European football, the pace of it is slower, and you could be right because he don't give the ball away very often. He keeps it. He can receive it. Lanzini's quite good at receiving it in tight areas because he's got that bit of skill to get out of it and then make that other little pass. Mark Noble's a little bit different. Like I said, he can ping that ball, but he likes to get it and move with it, make that easy pass, and keep link up all the time. And he will do that for us. He will link up for us. So it's not a crazy suggestion at all.
Because Lanzini's a ball carrier. He isn't necessarily a brilliant passer of the ball, though he can be. He's more of a ball carrier. Noble's not. Noble's always been a passer of the ball. I just think against them, that would be a better, maybe another thing we could have in midfield. I'm not saying we should drop Lanzini or anything. I just think that he would give us something we didn't have in the last game. Do you see what do you think, Jazz?
I think this is a tough one for David Moyes. I think because you've got Vlasic in there, I think we're talking about Noble, you've got Lanzini, Fornells, Bowen to come back. I think this is what we pay managers money for, isn't it? It's going to be his shout, his formation. We need an early goal. Noble, if he comes in, God, will it be instead of Fornells? But then people are thinking we need a goal, we need Benrahma as well. Bloody, it's a tough one, mate.
By the way, mate, you're being asked here, would you sack Moyes? On that question, can I just point out we have got a whole show on that coming up?
Yeah, the trial. Our jury went missing last time. We had to cancel the court case, but
it's coming up though.
Yeah. Was it 15th? I think I can't remember now. I think it's coming up next week, perhaps. Yeah, we got that. That'll be Mike and George on the defendant side, and Frankie and James. Yeah, Frankie and James Fever on the prosecution side, and Carol and Mitchell, I think, on the jury. I think, but yeah, that is going
to be tasty. People, tune in then. I shall hold my answer to your question to them, but as I'm in the defence, you probably get
Noble.
Yeah, it's going to be tasty. That is.
I can't answer the Noble question because I think we got Souček in there, you got Rice in there, and then I'm pretty prone to sort of put a bit more attacking players on there. Then I suppose I don't know, Lanzini, Benrahma together, and keep Vlasic on there as well, and replace Fornells with I don't know. It's a tough one. Not the moment, Mike Noble for me. I don't know. I just want to go at them from. Because they're going to come with a plan to defend.
He is an attacking player. I think he is because he springs us out. He knits things together and springs us out. He's a really good transition player.
So you'd have him on the pitch with Rice and Souček, all three of them. Rice, Souček and Noble, and you're looking for a goal? I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this is why I'm raising it. I wish I haven't got. I can't. I know you're meant to on these things go. Oh, I think this, and everyone should dye their hair pink and stand on one leg for half an hour and say controversial things. I'm just flagging it because I like the idea of that passer being in the team, but I can't turn around and say, oh, we need to do this. I'm just sort of floating it as an idea and wonder what you guys thought. That's all.
I think if he plays, he'd play in front of Fornells. But then you lose Fornells' legs, his work rate. But it's a game that you could gamble that on because it's a game we're going to need to keep the ball and we need to apply pressure to them. And
I would just following on from what Mike just said, I'd say as well, imagine we did play low ball and we went 2-0 up. You bring Fornells on then, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you bring the legs on.
Yeah.
He was meant to be up for this game, wasn't he, being Spanish? I thought he was going to give a bit more, but then Bowen, does he take over? He kicked Vlasic out of the team again, I don't know.
I wondered with Fornells whether he almost wanted it too much.
Yeah,
he felt that pressure a little bit too much. He was trying too hard. He wasn't playing.
He was trying too hard. Yeah, I think that as well. He was trying too hard, and it didn't do him any favours.
I think history tells you that night, if you give Vlasic, I don't know, imagine he scores a goal in that game. That'll turn everything around, wouldn't it, I suppose? So I'd keep him in there, I think. And he doesn't lose the ball, to be fair. He doesn't lose the ball. He's very strong, keeps it rolling. Just that last bit, isn't he? He needs to just be brave enough. And to be fair, he did have that second shot after that first miss. There's another shot.
It was a good strike.
And I was quite happy with him that he wasn't afraid to have a go, because sometimes we are afraid of that. That question, I think East Side views, as I've mentioned, I'm going to give David Moyes the summer window and hopefully, bring more players and make up for 2 windows where it hasn't quite worked out for us. So, yeah, I'll wait for him till next Christmas, I think, and see how we do. Give him the window and see how we start. And then by November, what the court show is about, that we wait till November. And what we're saying is, if we have a poor window and an average start to next season, November, would you consider replacing him? That's what the show is going to be about. So for me, I'd give him till next Christmas, November, I think. Mike, what about you?
Yeah, I think he's done a pretty decent job so far. Let's face it, like Mike was saying earlier, when we was playing Liverpool 3 seasons ago, I'm watching from behind the sofa, mate. I mean, it's that bad. I mean, he's changed us into a team that is having a crack at Europe at least. He has moved us along. I can understand people thinking, oh, come on, then, come on, we want some more. Now we've got here, we want to move on again. But I always, and Moyes has said it, obviously, this is going to be a gradual thing, and he's doing it that way. I mean, this year, if we don't finish, what was it? We finished 5th or 6th last year. I mean,
fifth, I think.
Right. If we don't finish that high again, people are going to say it's not an improvement. But you've got to throw the European thing into it. The amount of games we've played. You know what I mean? And we've got to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. I mean, you've got to put that into it as well. So it's, for me, he's improved us. But I can understand people that, are saying they want a bit more and things he's doing wrong. I mean, I think it'd be a bit harsh on him, to be honest. I think he's done a decent job so far. So that's my opinion.
Fine, yeah. Mike?
What?
Mike? David Moyes, what do you think?
I'm not going to say anything, mate. I'm on the show. Right,
you've got it all packed up in your bag, mate.
Yeah, right? But I've got a lot to say in that show, and I'm looking forward to.
Oh
yeah.
So
people, you're going to have to tune in because I shall be really putting some opinions out then. And
Potter, Graham Potter. Any comment on him, Graham Potter? For me,
I would say very simply, look where Brighton are in the league, and look where we are in the league, and we've had European competition.
I like the job Eddie Howe's doing at Newcastle. Really impressed with him. Yeah, doing good. Improved everyone, and Eddie Howe. keep doing well.
I think I'd want Poch, to be honest with you.
He won't come. He doesn't like moving in the same city to a rival club, apparently. But that's the way he is.
Well, he thinks he sees himself as an elite manager. He wants to go to Man U, didn't he?
He's Man United. You're right, mate. He's looking at that Man United job. He wants it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants that, and
that should have been done a long time ago.
He'll fail there like everybody else has done for the same reasons everybody else has.
There as well, won't he? So at the end of the day.
Yeah, but anyway, coming to the end. So thank you both for joining in. Again, for me, there wasn't too many interesting incidents in the game to talk about. There was our chance, Vlasic. For us, that was about it in the first half. And
Do you not think, though, Jazz, the fact there weren't that many interesting incidents in the game is in itself an interesting incident?
Yeah,
I was surprised. I thought
quiet.
I was very surprised.
Quiet.
I expected a bit more, so I was quite happy with that. But as it got a bit humid, it looked like the players were really getting a bit tired, a bit hot. There was nothing. That's what's been happening every game, everyone. We're really good, but when we need that little bit more, it's just not there, and the players are giving it their best, and we'll see. But what did surprise me was that we really got a good chance in this competition. Some of the teams like Barcelona only did 0-0 yesterday.
0-0.
Rangers are blasting everyone apart.
Yeah.
So it looks like if we get past Sevilla, hopefully we don't get another hard team. Then we
like
you never
Rangers.
Know,
who knew?
Yeah. Well, the worry is that everything happens, we don't want any trouble. Not get thrown out the competition because we're already on a yellow card, aren't we? After the first incident when no one knew anything about. Anyways, just a small group of fans, but. I'm glad to. I mean, there was a bit of trouble before the game, but after that, there was good footage of Sevilla and West Ham fans together having a bit of a drink and a beer, which is the way it should be. And I think even the night before, everyone, it wasn't us. Apparently, it was Eintracht Frankfurt winding us up, wasn't it?
Yeah, the West Ham fans been clear about that. Guy who owned the pub said there was a load of Frankfurt fans and West Ham fans just defending themselves. And later on, they banned the Frankfurt fans and let the West Ham fans back in the pub.
Oh, look who's here, Ginger Carroll. Yeah, it's half-time, mate. And, yeah, no away goals, thankfully. And I got a feeling it might need extra time. I don't know. To be 2 goals ahead in 90 minutes, it's hard, but it can be done. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming on. Really appreciated your time and knowledge and how we sort of went into in depth about lots of different topics, really. So Villa it's the exciting Gerrard team, Coutinho, Matty Cash and Digne coming in, the kind of fullbacks, swashbuckling fullbacks we need, I think, and hopefully soon. So yeah, thank you everyone. Enjoy your Friday evening, and hopefully you have a nice break, and we'll catch up. We'll have a look at the Villa game next week. I think after that happens, before the big historic day on Thursday. I think it's a big night for West Ham after many years, and God, I'm getting excited already for that, really. So yeah, thank you everyone. Take care. Thanks for tuning in and all the David Moyes comments. Cheers. Take care.
See you guys.
Bye.